encuentro aquí en lo con Sam y otra vez estoy acá con Charles Kirmuss, Kirmuss SAudio. Aquí está su maravilloso sistema de... No es de lavado, es un sistema de restauración. Restoration, right?
Yes.
Sistema de restauración de vinilos. Entonces, yo francamente me he quedado siempre con la duda de sí, no sé, porque bueno, pues hay discos que vienen ya como muy limpios y todo. De hecho, no traigo un disco así como muy golpeado, pero sí traigo uno que en lo particular me gusta mucho y que está un poco sucio. Es el Night and Day de Joe Jackson, en edición MoFi, es el Original Master Recording, original de 1984 me parece, que salió. Entonces le vamos a hacer el procedimiento de la restauración. El disco en sí tiene pocos clics. Este es un plástico muy bueno porque es casi vinil virgen, entonces de entrada es un disco muy limpio, pero sí tiene uno que otro pop y click. Entonces vamos a ver qué tanto se puede arreglar esto. Cabe mencionar que este lo acabo de lavar con la Homing Guru y pues sí, revivió bastante, pero todavía pues vamos a ver qué tanto se puede. Esto, this is just water, plain water, distilled
Yes.
water.
Just distilled water. Yes.
Distilled, ok, es agua destilada. Entonces, bueno, tenemos agua destilada. Perdón, me distraje porque están tocando la aguja como no deben haberlo tocado. Pero bueno. Ok. Entonces, ahorita que tengo a Charles para mí solo. Y bueno, que aquí hay al compañero grabando el video del video. Ok.
I'm just preparing the machine. I'm degassing it.
Están...
The temperature goes up, so now I have to turn it down.
Como la máquina se calienta, la están
La cavitación.
quitando, justamente por la cavitación, están quitando, están haciendo que se relaje, que se quiten los gases, etcétera, todo lo que se pueda acumular. Ok, ya sabemos cómo funciona este sistema. Básicamente es limpieza profunda, es restauración profunda.
Now that turntable's 1 minute and 30 seconds. So I'm going to stop it now. Okay. Now when you're recording, you have to be a bit further away because the speaker, you're going to hear that. Okay, so I'm going to put the cover on.
Ok, van a poner la cubierta.
And now we're going to listen to your record for a second.
Y ahora vamos a
And
poner
take some readings.
nuestro disco y van a tomar algunas medidas. You take the readings with the
Yeah, with the
computer?
spectrum analyzer.
All right.
Yep.
So, there we go.
Very good. So let's take a look at the record first.
Okay. Bueno, primero tenemos mi disco.
Okay, it's a very shiny record. Shiny records do not mean much because people sell cleaning solutions that cover the record. And when they cover the record, your needle now is not getting all the detail. So that's why you never buy a cleaning solution or other cleaning machines, because with air or vacuum drying or even dry drying, they leave a film. So what we're going to do is, you have a particular side one? Let's do the edge. Which one do you want?
Let's do side. Actually, the covers are all wrong. So let's do that one. Yeah, that one. Last track.
Last track on this one?
Yeah.
Okay. So, something very important before anyone playing any record. Don't buy my machine. Get our 10 micron fiber. Why? You need to stop burning more pops in your records. If you ever thought and bought a record and you hear 2 pops, brand new record, it's because when the record comes out of the press, it comes out because there's an oil. And when the records are out, they're 130 degrees, dust in the factory, they're all dirty, they land on the oil, they get fused in. So at your house, you're now playing a record and you hear more pops. Why? Your needle is 1,200 degrees. It is heating that oil. That oil now is getting the dust from your hair and everything else onto the record. You create more pops. So what we do is we remove the oil, no more pops. But you don't have my machine, so get a 10 micron brush and you'll remove the dust before play. So that needle at 1,200 degrees is not burning in more pops in your record. That's why this is the minimum. It's a $40 item. So let's take a look at his record. So what I want to do is I remove the dust so I don't create more pops. And then you use the carbon fiber to then remove static. So now we're going to cue this. We're going to bring this over to number 3, you said?
No, last one.
Last one. Okay, the last one. Okay, very good. Okay, we're going to take a headphone.
Yeah.
And if someone wants to listen, this gentleman here, you know your record. So here, we're just going to take a reference. There. Pop, pop. And look, there's no high frequency. All low. And it's dull. The music is dull. Sorry. It's dull.
Okay.
Ugh, you know your record.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we leave everything the way it is. We remove this, bring this over, take the record out, and now what we're going to do is we're going to put it in the machine. Minute cycle. Typically, you know, I do a 5-minute cycle because I don't know whether there is fungus or what the condition of the record is. This is shiny, someone obviously polished this record.
Bien, rápido, disco negativo, el agua es negativa, acaba de sacar el disco, interrumpió un poco el lavado, porque van a cambiar la polaridad del disco.
So now I remove the water, so not to dilute the 2% of the diol, and I do a 12, 8, and 4. Oops, there we go. And then now, what I do is I take the brush and I apply it to the record. So I'm now changing the charge of the record to be positive. But look, there's a creme coming out. That's the colorant in this liquid. It shows me what the ultrasonic softened in the prior cycle. Okay? So now, I'm going to do the other side, same thing. And also something very important. You see this here? The water droplets are larger than the groove. That's why you cannot use a cleaning system, because the groove is smaller than the water. So unless you use our process, you cannot take anything out of the groove. So now I change the charge of the record again. 12, 8, come on, 8 and 4. Scrunch this, move it around, change the charge of the record. Now, you'll notice something, there's less white coming out. Before, the record wasn't done with anything, but this side we add more. So someone maybe used a vacuum system on this side because they like this side more than this. This has been treated before with something. So we can learn some things about this record. So I'm going to put this in for 5 minutes. Now the record is positive, the water is negative, the bubbles rise up, they collapse and they create a vacuum. So they suck. So the first thing that we're removing is the film from another cleaning process if it was used. As the record turns, the charge goes back to negative, so I have to reapply the ionizing agent to recharge the record. Then in the second and third cycle, we will remove the gassing of the plasticizer of that record stuck in the sleeve for either 1 year or 10 years or 7 years, because plastic gives a gas, just like in your car. The new car smell, you see that window that has that film, same thing in a record, but it's worse because it's been sealed for 7 years. And sometimes you see records that are all scratched. It doesn't matter because you scratched the gas, not the plastic. So sometimes all the scratches are gone. That's why I only buy used records that are 60 years old, 50 years old. So now the charge is going to wear off, so we're going to re-energize the record. Record out, I'm going to wobble it and move the water. Now you see there's less water. Why is there less water? Because the record is repelling water. That's the patent. The water and record restored has negative. So do I need to do another cycle? I don't know. How can I tell? Remove just that little water so I do not dilute the solution. 12 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 4 o'clock. And let's see, the record is going to speak to me. Ah, there's less coating, but they're still there. When I'm at 6 o'clock, this is still here, it means another cycle. If this would be gone when I'm at 6 o'clock, it is finished. But we're getting there, so we just ionize the record again. Do the same thing on this side. Remove the water. 12, 8, and 4. Do the same thing. I pat it so I can read the record. Now, there's more on this side. Like we said, this side has more, so someone has treated this side more, and I'm here at 6 o'clock, it's still here. Not evaporated, so sorry, one side's finished, this side still needs another cycle. And a lot of people like one side over the other, so they polish it, they clean it, they try to remove the pops. And sometimes they do, but the needle is higher. You haven't removed the material, you've just coated the record. And now your needle is eating, and then finally you'll hear the pops again. So we just took this record out. This is the third 5-minute cycle, virtually no water, and this proves that you cannot clean a record with a cleaning solution because the droplets of water are larger than the groove. A groove is 35-45 microns wide, water droplet is 100 to 110. So this record, let's take a look. This will tell us whether it's the last cycle or not. 12, 8, and 4. Do this again. Nothing. This, by the time I'm here, this is gone. Yeah, it's evaporated. Evaporated here. So this is the last cycle for this side. Let's go here. Again, virtually dry. Remove this, and again, the colorant tells me everything. Look at that. We had sheets of water here. Now it's just droplets. 12, 8, and 4. Take this again. Finished. I'm here, it's dry. So this is the last cycle in the machine. Not bad.
Okay.
No.
Entonces se supone que ahora vamos a escuchar. Now, what is this now?
This is the third 5-minute cycle with the spray. And this is the last cycle.
Okay, no más
did 1 pre, and this is the last.
Okay, la tercera es que está para el chaineado. Porque el micrófono se oye horrible con este ruido.
A Leica optician's cloth that I just removed a few droplets of water. And look at the change in color of that record. And we've uncovered this scratch. Okay, so a lot of people put colorant, not colorants, but they polish records, they clean records to hide them for sale, and there's a blemish there. Will we hear it? Most of the time, no, because we're below. We do the same thing on this side, virtually dry. No air, no vacuum, no other methods of drying. And then I use a 10 micron felt that goes in a 6 micron by 35, 45 micron top because the music changes the size. And I just polish the inside of the groove. There we go. Do the same thing on this side. So now we're ready to either store the record or play the record. Well, of course. Okay, very good. And we had side 2 song number...
Song 4.
Okay, so this is his record. So what you always do if you don't have my machine, you don't want to burn more pops because the needle creates 1200 degrees Fahrenheit. If the oil was there, you want to remove the dust. So this is a practice I always do. So that's what you do with any record. Now, since we process this, I also want to do something before storing or playing or both. I have a dry brush we give you, and then we just mist it with the same ionizing agent. We now change the record from negative to positive. It now repels dust. It's repelling dust. Always the same. Remove the dust, remove the static, and now we're going to bring it over to track 3, or the last one, second to last one here. Now, you put your headphone on. Okay, and I'm going to drop it. Look at the increase.
A little backward, a little backward.
Oh, a little back?
Yeah, a little bit, please. It was
okay.
Yeah, there it is.
Look at that. Increase in frequency response. Now we're higher. We did not change the volume control. We're now higher. Look at this. We gave you about, 2.5 dB gain, and we gave you about 18% more frequency response. Look at the low end. Yeah. Oh, it's dynamic. There's no mushy sound. Da, da, da. Dynamic range, it's not mushy sound. And that's what restoration is. And we guarantee new record, 1.3 dB, 8% increase in frequency. Records like this, touched by who knows what, or being stuck in a sleeve for a year, 2 years, 70 years, anywhere between 3.4 dB to 4 and 32 to 38% increase in frequency response. We restored Michael Fremer's new record he just produced. It was pressed by Quality Sound. It was in DC 3 weeks ago. Mr. Margulis saw it. 6 dB gain, 28% increase in frequency response. Brand new record. Brand new record. That's it.